Magic Makers. I'm Dracula.
I'm Claudine.
Gigi Jones. Dory Fangtail.
And I'm Julia. Welcome to Magic Making Mischief. Get your wands to the ready because we solemnly swear we're up to no good. And speaking of up to no good, today we are pre-recording, so do not think that we're ignoring you today. We have with us a special guest joining us today, Miss Salli Soffioti. Did I pronounce that correctly? I think I may have. I may not have. That's it quickly.
Saffioti, yeah.
Beauty. Actually, today we have Mamirella, Yukita, Juju, and CJ, and Miss Salli joining us today. Wonderful voice.
Fantastic.
We are pre-recording though. Join us for some wonderful mischief today. We are having a wonderful time today. We have the wonderful voice actress Miss Salli joining us today for some wonderful mischief.
Yay! Happy to be here.
As you can tell, we have going on behind the scenes. Salli, we're so excited. Thank you for taking a little bit of time out of your crazy, crazy schedule to join us today. We are having some mischievous time joining us today. Explain to those who are watching what wonderful characters that you have done for some voice acting. And I know a couple of them happen to be up on the screen today.
Yay, my ghouls. Well, of course, there's Monster High, and I was the voice of Cleo and Claudine in the OG Monster High, and then in the one that's out now, I'm a teacher, and I'm Scullette in that one. And then I've done, I don't know, probably about 50 or more video games, like Destiny 2, playing Aramis, and Thalysra in World of Warcraft, and Petra in the Horizon series, and Devil May Cry, the series that just came out. I'm playing Chi, who's like a clone of Lucia, and so many games I wouldn't even know where to begin. But yeah, it's been a great ride, getting from being a theater actress in New York to being here in Los Angeles with this really fun voiceover career, and sometimes dipping into on-camera stuff. And I've been doing it my whole life.
Well, I pulled up your list of voice actors. You've got like a lot of things going on for you. You've had video games, you've had anime things. How did you get started?
Well, like I was doing theater in New York, so I just always wanted to act. And it was so funny. I wanted to just be like an artist. And so I didn't want to make money at it. So I always had 13 day jobs, and I'd be like in a play and doing a free movie, and and I was so happy but so tired. And I finally moved to New York, from New York to LA, when my best friend moved out here with his band, and they left to go on tour, so I was just kind of out here, did another play, and eventually I got an agent for television. So I got a little bit of work on TV, some shows. I was on the show called In the House and The Good News, and then I was on ER and NYPD Blue and Mismatch, and the last show that I worked on was Shameless on Showtime. But in the middle of all that, I had booked a part on, it was a show called Tracy Takes On with this actress Tracy Ullman, and she does millions of characters like in full garb. And I had done an episode just as a guest character, and we really hit it off, and she ended up hiring me the next season to play opposite her. So because she would have scenes with herself, because she was like a master of disguise. So she would play one and I would play one. So they'd put me in the full thing and they'd shoot like from the side. So it seemed like it was her acting with herself, right? And then we would switch. So it was like the greatest training ground ever. And I didn't even really realize that I was doing the voice, I was doing the body, I was doing like all of it. And then at the end of that show, the show ended up, it was on HBO. It ended up wrapping up, and I met a guy named Don Reed at a wrap party for, or it was actually a premiere of a movie. my friends had written the movie. I was like sitting on the sides, and he came up to me and he said, "Oh, are you the girl on the Tracy Ullman show?" And that person changed my life because I didn't know what voiceover was. I didn't know I had a gift at it. I'd always done voices when I would just tell a story, in the person's voice. It was just natural. Growing up in New York, you're just like, it's like a melting pot. So you're just around like every culture, every accent, all the time, right? And my dad was a bus driver, so I used to ride on the bus if I wasn't in school. So it's like all day long, you're just listening to, immigrants from everywhere speaking, and I guess I was absorbing it. And that guy, Don Reed, introduced me to my very first agent, and I didn't get very many opportunities there, but it was like a good way to learn what it was, what to do. I didn't get to do accents and characters there, but because I was with the best agency, I was able to switch to a different agency, and there I got into the video games. It's like everyone just wanted to keep you like, well, you'll just do some commercial voices, and then it was like, okay, well, all right, we'll give you a shot at video games. And then I did promos, and then I was there for like 13 years, I guess. And then someone suggested that I make a switch because I wasn't getting a shot at animation. But during that time, I had booked Monster High on my own. A studio came to me that knew my video game work and said, "We think you'd be great for this show. Come and read for us." And so then I ended up switching agencies, and then the agent I'm with now, I've been with for 13 years, and they give me a shot at everything. And I feel so fortunate to have been able to have this voiceover career. I'm a single mom since my son was a baby, and it's just the two of us all the time. And so I could have him sitting on my studio floor or take him to work with me, and he'd have his little Lego catalog when he was little, and now he's 17 and he doesn't need to come with me to work anymore, but he too had a voiceover career. He was on We Bear Bears, We Baby Bears, the Lego City TV series.
That's cool.
Yeah, Pine and the Puppies, whatever. But it was just because he had been around it forever, and now he wants to be a physics major. So,
Oh, that's so cool. I love that.
Wow.
yeah. So here we are. That's how it all happened. And the on-camera stuff happens every once in a while. Certainly since the pandemic, it hasn't happened for me at all. And the industry has changed a lot, but the voiceovers are the constant and the thing that keeps me going, and I love it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. So one of the things, okay, obviously I'm a Dracula and Monster High fan overall.
You never.
My daughter, for her 10th birthday, her whole theme was actually Monster High, and she had all the characters, and she made little lockers for the nameplates for everyone's places, and it was so much fun, so cute. And I know that I grew up loving the classic monsters, so for me to be able to share that with her in a way that like really hit her girly side too was so much fun. It was just the best thing. And I gotta ask, so were you a fan of classic monsters at all before you did the project with Monster High, before you started doing it?
I can't say. I mean, it would be a stretch to say that I was a fan. I mean, I liked them. I didn't know a lot about it. You know what I mean? I grew up. There was like that old show, like The Monsters. I don't know if you guys ever saw that one. It's like a black and white. Yeah, right. I did a convention once, and they had like the mobile, like the car, the family car there. And it was like most people didn't even know what it was. And I was like, guys, because it was one of those things like this black. It was old when I was watching it, right? It was like my dad knew about it, right? So like stuff like that, and and he was like Frankenstein, and I did used to watch those movies, but I can't say that I was like a fan of it. But when I auditioned for Monster High, they basically had a picture of like the core group of the original characters, right? And I had never even had an animation audition. Yeah, that's right, ghouls. I had never auditioned for animation, so I didn't even know how it worked. So I went in, and I was like, they're like, who are you reading for? And I said, well, I've prepared, like, I have an idea for every character. They were like, oh, no. I mean, maybe you can do two. But I was like, No, that's not how my brain works. I kind of need to cycle through all of them and then I can do whatever you want. But it's like right now, like this is like the file that's been pulled up in my brain and for each one, and they go in an order and we're gonna do it. And they were like, oh my God. Right? So they let me do it though. So I read for Deuce. I read for,
Oh, that's awesome. I
yeah.
love that.
Yeah, I didn't know. I mean, it was really just, I was so naive that I didn't understand how it worked, that you're just supposed to do one or whatever. But like Laguna, I mean, I read for everybody. It was so much fun. And they were just like, who is this girl? And then I got called back for Cleo and Claudine. And I couldn't believe I booked both of them, like that was my very first animation audition. So it was so fun to do that show. What I loved about it was that, all of that to say that then when I saw their photos, I just was like, wow, this is like genius, right? Based on these monsters that I kind of knew, but I didn't really know. So then it was like, I learned so much more about the lore and everything around the monsters by working on the show. And the messaging is what was everything for me, right? Like feeling like everyone was welcome. You don't have to look a certain way to fit in. Because I grew up moving around a lot. I was every 3 times a year we would move up until I turned 10. So I moved a lot. And it was like always being this new kid and this like kind of, even though I wasn't really freaky, I was like a freak at a school where everyone has their way. It's this way at this school and that way at that school and that, and it felt so great for this series to show that it was not even acceptable. It was welcomed. It was cheered on to be you.
I love that. Yeah.
Kind of like that little flicks.
It was very, very good about like being confident in yourself. And I love that. Be a monster, like be yourself, be a monster. And I love that because it's just so much fun. My daughter, she went through her phases because she kind of went through like a little goth phase. She came full circle back around to her kind of more girly. She loves the Japanese fashion, so she's got a little kawaii, a little goth, and they're mixed together. I was like, that works so well. That works so perfectly. And it's funny because I grew up a little different, and don't say it. I didn't realize that I had kind of a goth personality until I became an adult. And then they're like, everyone just assumed that I knew it. And I'm like, what do you mean?
You're like, what's that?
Well, your obsession with vampires. You love bats. You like wearing black all the time. You have all the Halloween thing and all the spookies. And I'm like,
looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, walks like a duck. I'm not a duck, I'm a swan.
Are you sure? That's just who you are. So that's okay.
She's our black swan.
I love it. I love it.
So before we move on to your other characters, I'm going to ask, and you could say no, and that's okay. Can we get a little sample since they're already dressed up as, Dracula and Claudine?
I mean, I could do Claudine all the time. Claudine's my favorite character, right? So of every character I have ever played in my entire life, she is my favorite. Number 1, I think she's nice. Number 2, I think she's fierce. Number 3, I think she's fabulous. And she is like the glue for that group, I think. Mm-hmm. Like she just like, and she's so kind, but she's also like hard. Like, she'll like call Cleo out, for instance. I'll call myself out,
Yes.
And, Cleo's like, she's just like her, oh my raw, do I have to wait? Like, denials don't wait. She's like that like it's almost like I feel like the angel devil, right? That we all have inside of ourselves, right? So Claudine's kind of like, she's like the little angel who's like, come on, girl, do the right thing. And Cleo's like, no one tells me what to do, like, and we all have that side of like,
of course, right. So with that in mind, did you ever have a time when you recorded both voices at the same time and just switched back and forth?
Every time, like they got to the point where they were like writing scenes because they just wanted to watch me do it.
Just go back and forth in tandem. I love
it.
It was like watching like someone who's like a little off, right? Kind of like,
going on.
And it wasn't like I'd go da 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 da, pause, da 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 da. Like I'd be like, Cleo, you are not being nice. And then she'd be like, oh my God, Claudine, like you are not in charge. Don't tell me who's in charge. We are all part of the same group. Yes, and I am in charge, and it would just and they would just watch, and I would like look up at the end to see like, did you like it? And they'd be like rolling on the floor, like. So it was fun.
I love it.
At the beginning, like they were like, oh, do you want to read all of Claudine and get her done, and then we'll read all of Cleo. And I was like, no, absolutely not. Like, because it's so funny it was so like stimulating for my brain to get to do that like that, because you almost never get to do that,
That would be fun.
So fun.
So you actually have another series, Devil May Care.
Devil May Cry. Yeah.
Devil May Cry on Netflix series.
Yeah, it just came out last week.
Can we talk about that?
Sure. That's one I think I originally recorded it at least a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago. They were already pretty deep into it. It's based on the video game series Devil May Cry. I wasn't in season 1, but I came in for season 2, and I guess I had replaced someone. They'd originally had the character with like a French accent, and I do a lot of accents, probably because I listen to everybody on the bus all the time. But she's Eastern European, and it was really cool because they were already pretty deep in the process. So I went in, and my first night working with them, I did all 6 episodes, because I'm in 6 out of 8 of the episodes. I did all 6 episodes in one night, and I was just like, wow, this is pretty cool. She's kind of like quiet, powerful, like sexy. She'll kill you. You know what I mean? She'll do what she's got to do. So she's and she's a clone, right? So she doesn't, you never know if like, oh, did someone just take her out? Oh no, there she is again. It's kind of got that. So it's sort of fun to do that. But the music is great on that series. The look of it, it's an anime style. It's like, getting lots of great buzz. So I feel really, really proud to be a part of that. And I love that character, because there's a lot of like activity going on, and she's just kind of like, well, we can do this or we can do that, she's just very calm and very like, oh, you think you're the one? Well, just wait and see. And you're just kind of like, oh, like what's she gonna do now?
You're like, oh no, you didn't.
Yeah, right. Oh no, you didn't. Definitely.
You should know better, okay?
Yes, right. Mm-hmm. It's not quite Transylvania, but it's almost.
My sister lived in Romania with her family for the last couple of years, and she kept telling me, "You need to come visit Dracula's castle." I'm like, "I want to come."
Oh, and you have to bring your outfit.
You will have missed your opportunity.
Oh my goodness, the Romanian. Yes, it's very close in there.
Yeah, so she's got more of that in there,
Very
You're crazy. She's get up in that space, up in there, Chill.
So what's your next project coming up? Are you allowed to talk about it?
What's my what?
Next project coming up?
Well, I can't say the one that I'm working on right now, but it's super exciting. It's going to come out in December, and it's an animated series. And I'm not a series regular, but I'm a heavy recurring, very memorable part or 2 in it. So that'll be coming out at the end of the year, and that's been really fun and really challenging to work on, because I'm playing 2 characters in that. I also talk to myself in that one, but they didn't record that at the same time. I'm doing that, and then a video game that I worked on a long time ago. The character is coming back too. I also can't speak about that, but it's exciting when things that I really enjoyed working on come back around, you know what I mean? And it's because the fans had asked for it or whatever. Like I'm in that whole Resident Evil series, but Ingrid Hunnigan hasn't been around for like a while. I mean, maybe I think they used somebody different in a recent one, but at the conventions, the fans like come up. They're like, I can't believe like I'm meeting Hunnigan. Oh, like Hunnigan's my everything. And I'm like, wow, because that was a really long time ago. But she was like, Hunnigan was also like the calm in the storm, because everything that's also like zombies and all that crazy stuff going on. And she's kind of like, she's on the comms, just guiding them and making sure they're still alive and things like that. So yeah, fun stuff.
Okay, so I'm curious because like my daughter's grown up with this fandom in her life, and I know there's other ones. You're saying that one was an older one. Have you ever met a fan who named one of their kids after one of your characters yet?
Oh, let me think about that. I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, I've met fans that have a kid that has the same name, but they don't say, but then you wonder, you're like, is that a coincidence or
like I tried to name my cat Claudine. Isn't it great? She's so cute. She's so spunky. Oh yeah, huh?
Just came up with
How do you spell it?
I should name my next cat Claudine, even though she's a wolf. That would be such a good name for.
Oh my
I have a cat.
Yeah, that actually would be a good.
I used to be a really big Yankee fan, right? Because when I grew up with my dad, and we really had nothing in common, but the Yankees was our like glue. And I have a cat who he's like so afraid of everyone except my son and I, and his name is Derek Jeter. He was like the best Yankee ever, whatever, no big deal. Captain of the Yankee team, whatever. So I mean, we call him DJ, but like his name is Derek Jeter, like basic. And so I'm like, I can't even believe he doesn't play baseball anymore. He does other things within the industry, but I call out Derek Jeter's name every day in my house, and there's something very satisfying about that.
He's like, yes, Derek Jeter is mine.
I know. I'm like, one day I'm going to meet Derek Jeter and I'm going to tell him about my cat.
Right?
But it's not named
like,
after you.
Wow.
Just say it. It's not named after you at all.
No.
Not after you at all.
DJ.
That was a coincidence.
Okay, fans, just own it. Just let her know. Just be like, okay, I did. I totally used that name on purpose.
Yep. I've also never met a fan that had like a tattoo of one of my characters. I've seen tattoos. I've seen Draculaura tattoos, actually, quite a few. But I haven't seen any with one of my characters, because a lot of times I see my friends at conventions and they might ask or have them sign where the tattoo is, and I'm like, but that's gonna wash off. Like, but maybe they're gonna go
on it. Yeah,
yes, right. Maybe they're gonna go get the tattoo over the autograph. I don't know. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's a commitment. That's a real commitment.
That's what some people do. They actually have like whoever's. They'll have whatever celebrity like sign over like in permanent marker and immediately go to a tattoo shop afterwards and be like, I want this tattooed on me.
Yeah.
Wow. I can't even imagine.
Oh, here's a weird question. So since the Monster High ones were fashion dolls, do you have Cleo and Claudine? Like, do you have any of the figures?
Oh, the action figures? Yes. I have like, you can't really see. I have this is my booth, right? And I never had any of my stuff displayed, like ever. I was just like, I have everything tucked away in a box. Well, then like about a year and a half ago, I changed this whole wall. Like I said, I'm from New York and I love New York. The wallpaper is black with like all the skyscrapers. And then it's a whole wall with like, I've got my Funkos, my 2 Cleo Funkos, 2 Claudine Funkos. And then I've got like Deuce and Cleo. I've got one of those big Claudines. Did you guys ever see those really tall ones? They made these ones that were like 3 feet tall. So I have one of those of Claudine because she was my favorite ghoul. And then I was in that Skylanders series like way back when. So I have my 2 characters of that. And I was in Arcane. And so they sent a little merch for that. So yeah, I have like a whole wall. And it's like, it feels so like self-indulgent. There's like 3 medals when I was a finalist for an audiobook I did.
Yay.
So yeah, there's like, so I do have it out there now because I was like, you know what? Because it's my basement, right? So it's kind of like, and it's not a big basement, it's like L-shaped. So it's kind of like became like a catch-all room, like it's almost like a junk room. So it's still like that, but it's like, at least it's nice. You walk in and I feel like, oh yeah, right. Don't forget what you've done in the past, and stay inspired to keep going in the future and stuff like that. So
It's not self-indulgent, it's inspiration. And that's the difference.
yeah.
I'm an author, and so it's not self-indulgent. It's actually inspiration that, you did this. So
Yes.
and that's
Going. Yeah.
not, don't look at
Totally.
it as it
I
being,
love what you have behind you, by the way. All
Oh,
your stuff. It's
yeah.
so fun.
Thank you. Yeah, it's meant to be fun, and that's the deal. It's not self-indulgent. It's inspiration to keep going, and that's what I have. My book awards up here behind me. They're like they're
Awesome.
But that's what it's for. It's to remind you that this is why you do what you do, and to keep doing what you're doing, and that's what you do.
Yep. Perfect. I love it.
What is your next Comic-Con? Do you know?
Well, I'm doing the next. I was supposed to do one in Anaheim, but I'm taking my son to go look at colleges that same weekend, so I had to say no to that one. Yes, we're going to Boston to go to Worcester and Cambridge because he got a big scholarship to one of the schools over there. So,
That's awesome.
I know, and it's for physics. I'm like, are you sure?
Wow. Congratulations on that.
Thanks. It's a big deal. But anyway, so I couldn't do that one, but the next one I have in the books is not till August, I think, and that's in Connecticut. I can't remember the name of it. Some kind of fan con. No, I don't remember. But anyway, that's my next one. Actually, later today.
They can
What?
find it on Instagram, correct?
Yeah. Yes, there's a post on my Instagram page that says where that one is. And then actually today I'm talking to another convention rep, so I could do, get more opportunities coming up, because each rep has different, relationships. So, but in the fall we usually book a lot for Monster High because it's kind of like around that Halloween
sense.
time,
That makes
right?
sense.
Yeah, there'll be more, but I don't have, the only one I have is the Connecticut one right now.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, I know that you're super busy. So is there anything you'd like to add? We have a few minutes left.
Well, what I'd like to say is that it's so moving that, like, to be asked to come onto your show, right? To know that this still matters, like that Monster High is still like a part of people's lives. And yeah. And that, it's still relevant, like after all these years, and you guys are the ones that keep it alive, which helps me feel really good about keeping going also. You know what I mean? Because the business is up and down, like all of us in life. Life is up and down and stuff like that. So, I really appreciate all of you guys and, you guys keeping it going.
Well, we love you.
Oh,
Yes, we do.
the feeling is
Lots of love.
mutual. So thanks for having me.
Well, thank you. Salli.
Thank
We
you for coming in.
And I'm your newest fan.
We knew those crazy stories. Appreciate you taking time out of it. And so thank you for coming on. If you guys want to learn more about Salli, you can find her on her Instagram at SALLI and the word actress ACTRESS on her Instagram. She will have where she'll be showing up next. Check it out there. You can also see her on Monster High and all of her other various voice acting places. Check her out at The Devil May Cry, that is coming out or has already come out on Netflix. It's already out, so check it out. Get your wands to the ready, folks. Mombi, take us out. Next week we will have our 1 hour special. You get 1 hour with our giggle crew. So from the Monster High crew that is here today, Mombi, take us out.
Thank you so much for joining us, everyone. Make sure to smash that thumbs up and share this out because we love Salli and she is awesome and we appreciate her being here. Let her know that she is fantastic. And make sure that you're following Mombi and CJ Peterson and Yukina Cosplay and Juju Jones. Till next time, guys. Mischief managed.